Let's turn to the latest at this hour. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says U.S. will allow Iran to operate nuclear power plants but not enrich its own fuel. He says U.S. is willing to negotiate on Iran nuclear energy. This is after a wave of American strikes on Iran's nuclear sites. He has warned Iran against retaliating against the United States strikes on Iranian nuclear sites, saying such an action would be the worst mistake they've ever made or done. He says that the offer for diplomacy with Iran is still open and that regime change is not the goal of the United States. The Secretary, who also serves as National Security Advisor, made the comments on Fox News. Let's talk to our correspondent Susan Teherani, who's now joining us on the phone. Susan Teherani, this is the first time that the U.S. Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, and also the Vice President, J.D. Vance, are speaking. J.D. Vance says that the U.S. is actually not at war with Iran. It's at war with their nuclear facilities.
Yes, Vance made those comments earlier, and this is a comment that's been echoed by U.S. officials as well. They say that the United States under President Trump has been consistent saying that Iran cannot in any way enrich uranium for nuclear purposes, and Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Hence, the United States went into Iran to make a targeted strike against Iran's main nuclear facilities. So that is the argument that they're making right now.
Susan, there is also some heated debate in Congress because of the president's power or president's war power, or a resolution on the president's war powers. What update do you have on that?
Yeah, there are some congressional members who believe that the United States could have had to ask Congress under the U.S. Constitution, notably Democrats, before it takes U.S. troops to war. The issue with that is because the president is also commander-in-chief and he has authority, 99% of the wars that the United States has been engaged with in recent years, from George Bush, Obama onwards, the presidents actually didn't do that. It is in the Constitution, but they have bypassed Congress for their initial strikes. So this is a debate that's going to be ongoing. The debate is not going to go away unless the United States, Washington, and in particular the Trump administration, maybe prove that there was a clear and present danger to the United States at this time, and that's why the United States took this action by bypassing Congress. Now, it's also important to note that the president gave Republicans in Congress a courtesy heads up. He did not tell the Democrats that he was going to do these strikes.
All right, that is Susan Teherani. She's our correspondent in New York. Thanks, Susan.